We will, we will now have a reading by Candace Orkin, Mason Makes Money.
When we get back to class, Miss Robinson passes back our science test, and I see a big red B at the top, even though I studied really hard to make an A. And now I'm expected to know what I want to be when I grow up. I'm relieved when I hear other classmates continuing to give answers. Astronaut, Eli chimes in. Anyone else? Miss Robinson asks. The classroom goes silent. Miss Robinson looks to the left. How about you, Kendra? Kendra looks up at our teacher. I turn to her and smile, hoping that she is still feeling better, but her face turns sad again, like it did outside on the playground with those bullies. She stays silent for a while. Kendra, Miss Robinson says again, I don't know what I want to be. I just want a safe place for my mom and me to live. Miss Robinson looks concerned. What do you mean? Kendra looks down at her hands. Right now, we live in a shelter because we don't have a place of our own. I just want my own bed in my own room. That's all. My heart sinks down through my stomach and into my shoes. I don't have everything I want, I think to myself, but I do have a warm bed with my favorite airplane sheets my mom let me pick out. I tried to imagine having to sleep in the bunks I saw at the homeless shelter. I didn't want to think about my friend Kendra being there. I have to help her again. But how? I think about Kendra all through math, all through lunch, and all through spelling. When I get home, I sit on my front porch, put my face in my hand, and think. There has to be something I can do, like the way mom helps homeless people by feeding them. Arf, arf. I look up to see my neighbor, Mrs. Guillory, and her cocker spaniel, Frankie, who runs over to me and licks my face. I play with her almost every afternoon. I throw a tennis ball for her, and she brings it back to me. I look at the ball, still thinking about Kendra. My thoughts go back and forth like me, Frankie, and the tennis ball. My mom raises money for the people at the shelter. Could I raise money for Kendra? Kendra doesn't need food, though, and places to live like apartments and houses must cost a lot of money. Could I really help her? I don't even know what I want to be when I grow up. How can I find a way to get money now? Arf! Frankie nudges me to throw the ball again. I raise my arm and throw the ball. Frankie runs off for it. Maybe I can't raise money like mom, but I can make money myself to buy Kendra her own room, I say with excitement. After all, that's how my parents provide for me. They make money. That's it. I'll get a job. After dinner, I ask my parents what I can do to make money. Like when you grow up, Dad asks. No, now. What do you need money for, Mason? What about your allowance that you get for doing well in school and for doing your chores? Mom says. It's not enough. I want to help my friend Kendra have her own room. She lives at a shelter. My parents look at me with surprise. I'm very proud of you for wanting to help someone in need, Dad says, stacking our empty plates. But where do I start? I take the last drink of my milk. Do I start by getting a job? And where do I go to get one? I carry my glass to the sink. Can I work with you, Dad? You'll have to make money on your own. You're too young for a job, Mason, Dad says as he washes the dishes. Mom turns and wipes her hand on a towel. First, grab a pencil and some paper. You'll need goals and a plan to accomplish your goals. I unzip my backpack and look for what I need. My parents both sit at the table. Let's write it all down. Then you will know how you may need to make your money and how much you need to save. Save? I asked. What does she mean by save? Can I just work, get the money, and then buy whatever I want? Yes, Dad says, but you must keep what you earn and let it accumulate to make sure you'll have enough for what you want to buy. My mind starts spinning. How do grown-ups do this? You see, you must also take into account your expenses. You need to pay your expenses and still have enough to buy what you want. How do I do that? We'll create a budget for you to help you. Where will I save the money? I ask. Adults usually save their money in a bank account, but we can save your money here at home where you can count it and keep track whenever you need to, Dad responds. Jobs, savings, budgets. I feel very grown up learning all these new things. There's so much more to making money than I had known. Tucked in tight with my airplane sheets, I can't sleep. I keep imagining different jobs I can do to earn money. I can have a lemonade stand, but I'd have to buy the ingredients and cups first. My big cousin Sam makes money by cutting grass, but I'm too small to push the lawnmower. What about delivering newspapers like my dad said he did when he was young? But I still can't ride my bike that well. I touched the scab on my right knee that I got last week when I fell off my bike. I head out for the bus stop the next morning, still thinking about the jobs I can do. None of my ideas seem right. Mrs. Guillory walks onto her porch and waves. Frankie runs out from behind her and sits at her feet. Her butter-colored coat looks extra shiny today. She must have just gotten a bath. I like dogs. Maybe I can bathe Miss Guillory's dog for her. And when I get really good at it, she can mention me to her friends, and I can bathe their dogs. Then I would really be in business.